Hi guys. So I'm hanging on the floor here thinking about how we can get a little more health-inducing movement through both the spine and the core area. And to differentiate what I'm thinking about versus what tends to happen in a spinal twist. So a good way to get more motion is to do a spinal twist, but there's something that you tend to see a lot in exercise classes, such as a lot of yoga classes, is people will go to the spinal twist by lifting the leg and starting to bring their leg over, such like that. Now, can you kind of see what happened that I may not have done fully just an actual spinal twist per se, as I started to shear, maybe even flex the spine. So I'll see if I can demonstrate a couple different things. So the spine can move, should be, in the twist, should just be a rotation between the pair of vertebrae stacking on top of each other. But what I've done here, when I just kind of roll over, well, two things can happen. I can actually go to a roll. If this arm, this side of my body lifts up, I am doing less of a twist of the spine and more of just kind of rolling my body. And that might be because all the musculature and tissues throughout the waist can't really change between the rib cage and the pelvis. Now, another thing that is happening as I roll over this way, or as I twist, if you will, is that watch my pelvis. Watch how I start, and my spine is pretty straight from my head to the pubic bone here, or head to pelvis. And as I come up and over, now where's that straight line? It's actually here. So I've actually then, by some amount of flexion and curvature, probably in my lower back to an extent, have moved my whole spine to the side, which is changing that twisting action into maybe more of a flexion, changing from being stacked right on top of each other, two vertebrae, to pushing one forward. Another variation of that is through the rib cage, is I could go to the twist, and as I go to the twist, this waist, the tissues here start to pull on the waist, and I might actually be pulling my whole rib cage over with it. So then from here to here is somewhat in the same place, but my head is way over here. So you notice how that changes the whole spine? So to get a little more motion through the spine itself and a full, more health-inducing twist, you got to try to keep that spine as straight as possible. So one way to do that is to accommodate where those hips are. So I'm going to put my feet on the floor and scoot my hips a little bit to the right, extend my left leg. So now from my head through my left leg is all a straight line. So what I've basically is put my left hip underneath when I go to the twist. I roll, I start to bring my right leg over, and I go I'm a little straighter. Now, if I went all the way, I might end up in that either a whole body roll or little thrust and shear of my lower spine again. So the key is, once you've adjusted your hips, to go to the point before that happens. So this knee may not go all the way to the floor at this point. That's a really good way to start this practice of the spinal twist. So all in all, it's a practice of watching the details of every motion, because the details are really, where all the benefit is going to come from. So play with that with your spinal twist. Try to keep your spine in one straight line as you go through it, and be aware of the shears or compression of your spine and your lower back as you do it. And that way you'll actually get a lot more core and waist activity throughout the motion. Have fun. See you next time.